don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Billy coupe, then a cockatoo.
Girl, don't call my phone, I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friends. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more. Girl, don't call my phone, I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friends. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more.
You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Billy coupe, then a cockatoo. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Billy coupe, then a cockatoo.
Kobe, I think Kobe one makes
Girl, don't call my phone, I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friends. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more. Girl, don't call my phone, I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friends. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more.
You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Billy coupe, then a cockatoo. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew.
Yo, what's up, pups? How's everybody doing? What's going on, T.S. Pedro? What's up, Belgian Hexagon? What's up, Super Snake? How's it going? What's up? What's up? There'll be a members. Yeah, we're going to do members only. It's every Tuesday night, so we're going to do it after this show. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Should definitely hang around for that. You reposted? Yeah. What are you seeing on X? Because something changed on X, and I can't share it anymore on X because it doesn't show up on my feed. So I don't know. There's some weird tech issue going on, at least on my side. But does it look normal for you guys? Because I don't see my videos on X anymore. It's really weird. But thank you for that repost, Super Snake. What's up, Zatu? How you doing? What's up, His Excellency? Acid Thunder, how you doing? Yep, Blood Moon is coming up. I think we just got craziness until then, really. What's up, Crypto Dan? Todd Inc. What's happening, man? What's up, Acid Thunder? What's up, Rossi? Netherlands. Yo, what's up, man? You're in my neighborhood right now. Shalom walaikum. Shalom walaikum. Shalom alaikum. Is that what you're trying to say? Mexicans, what's up, man? Is it a shalom? Is it a religious holiday? Is that a Jewish greeting or a Muslim greeting? It's one of those. What's going on, man? What is up? You guys, everybody smash the like button. Are we going up? Shalom. What's up, man? What did I miss? It's a Jewish greeting. What does it mean? Shalom. Shalom alaikum. It's a Muslim greeting. You guys are... Which one is it? Is it Islamic or Jewish? I know Shalom is Purim. Purim. Yeah. What is Purim? Yeah. I know that's a Jewish holiday, right? What's up, Hextasy? How you doing? What's up, Lunacy Point? Guys, it is fucking crazy. I'm going to do like a little bit of news. Only because there's a lot of really interesting stuff happening. But, man, there's some craziness. I'm sure most of you guys have already heard, right? That they kind of doxed Richard Hart, right? Well, I mean, they didn't dox him per se. I mean, I guess they're saying people already knew, you know, his situation or whatever, or where he lived. It wasn't private. But I don't know. It sounds kind of messed up to me, whatever it was they did. But you know what? There's kind of no rules anymore, right? That's like the way the world is. Nothing sacred, right? I know you guys helped me. Shalom means peace, made whole. Cool, man. Man, I want to know, should I get ATROPA now? We'll look at it. You should come to the, are you in the members? If you click down below, click join. It's literally like the price of a latte, man. It's fucking dirt cheap. Right? Especially even to me, because I'm going to be front run. Some of you guys got bigger wallets than I do. So if I tell you, like, oh, I think the bottom's in, like, it's going to screw up all the charts. What's up, DJ Cryptomatic, man? Good to see you. Yeah, as you guys know, I've been streaming every Tuesday. I am going to make a strict schedule from now going forward. So it seems like every Tuesday we stream and then we do a members video. So it seems like that's going to be the day. Maybe the next day is going to be Thursday. And maybe I'll add on a third day as well. Because Tuesdays and Thursdays seem to work really well. And maybe I'll do Sunday or Monday as well. But I'm going to start setting it up regular because this seems to work for me. It seems to work for you guys too. You seem to be going good. Henry Flores, already ready. You got to get on Telegram, man. But no, I mean, you can get in touch with me on Twitter. But also what was happening is, you know, I try to, I send you the link, and that's it. It's really easy. It just means hello, doesn't it? Shalom alaikum. Yeah, it sounds like the Islamic greeting too, which also means there's a lot of similarities between the Muslim greetings and the, I guess. Wait, no, they say salam. This is shalom. I mean, it's similar. It's similar. I think that's what threw me off because I think it's, isn't it like March is the start of an Islamic holiday? But I guess probably the Jewish ones and Muslims will probably cross over because spring is the new year for a lot of older cultures, right? Like, you know, it's not like it's the start of the new year. It's like more festive time. So that's coming up here right here in March, another week. So what's going on? I could do a whole talk on them. They were both like, she was like an Ivy baby or something. You guys got to check this out. I got to show this to you. So a cinematographer shot a time-lapse video from Florida. All right. And I think they're saying they saw a meteor. I didn't see the meteor, but music. But it's pretty surreal. I got to show it to you guys. It's pretty cool, man. Look at that. That's crazy. I never saw that. Whoa, okay, I did see it. Okay, it was really quick. I thought it was slow. That is amazing. And it's not AI. So, beautiful. Whoa. Okay, zoomed in. That is crazy looking. That is so gorgeous. Yo, Henry Flores. Welcome. Firestarter, what's up, man? What's up in Balta? How's the sound? I got the mic cranked up finally. What's up, Macintosh-ish? Oh, okay, cool. Got a couple of people became members. And Henry Flores, too. Okay, right on. Yeah, welcome to the club. Your thoughts on PLS ratio? It dropped 0.6 during this massive. I covered it last time. I said the play was pulse, but we'll go look at it again in the chart. Because I'm covering like the main tokens, because once again, those, it's not a big deal because the liquidity is higher. I can talk about them. We're going to cover Bitcoin. We're going to cover, there's some really crazy news we got to talk about, not just the RH thing, but we got to talk about what's going on here with, there's a lot of cool stuff, man. A lot of crazy stuff. I'm also going to show you guys about market manipulation a little bit in this video. This music's trippy. It's kind of cool. It's kind of what I need right now. I mean, look, when the markets are like this, like I want to just go on vacation, you know? Like I want to just leave. I don't want to look at charts. By the way, I'm putting a Telegram thing in the thing. If you guys want to join. Looks like there's some spaces going on too. Maybe we'll check those out. But you guys want to join, the link is in the Telegram group. Yo, what's up, Inc. 4TW? What's going on, man? No, don't do that. You guys saw this avalanche in Switzerland? It was kind of crazy because people just stood around, which was really the most frightening part about the whole thing. Maybe you guys already saw this. Was this Italy? I thought it was Switzerland. Why are they just standing there? Why aren't they at least going behind the building or something? Or going behind these structures? They're just chilling as if they're at the movie theater. I think that's the scariest part of this whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's not something to fuck around with. Because you know what? There could be little rocks in there and stuff like that, like debris, right? You got little kids. I think, like, I would have been, like, grabbing little kids and bringing them behind the building or anything. Like, just fucking standing there in the open. That's just crazy. We're a total, like, TikTok culture, man. We're totally messed up. Whoa, is this another one? What's this? This is fake. This is real? Is this real? See, this is survival instinct, right? The animals don't. Get out of the fucking way. That was adorable. Yeah, man. People gotta get out of the way. All right, we're waiting for some more people to show up. Everyone's like half asleep here. Like I said, I'm having some trouble with, I don't know why it's not sharing the fucking video on my Twitter feed. It's so weird. But you guys can see it. Chat, you guys can see the video on Twitter. All right, we'll do a little bit more cultural news, and then we'll jump into the crypto news here. Check out this. Somebody said in a real world ended at the start of the 20th century. We've just been living in hell all along. This is real. This is an OnlyFans couple, and it's pretty real.
So what I do for work is I do spicy content. I don't collab with girls anymore. Like I used to collab with girls, but I switched my main focus, just guy-on-guy collabs. Straight creators don't make a lot of money. If you're a gay creator, you make way more money. But if you're a gay creator and you like it, you'll make even more money. I'm gonna take some selfies for like some fans. Do you wanna help me?
Yeah, let's go.
I wanna make sure they get the full Braxton experience.
I am a spicy creator as well. I personally choose not to watch his content. I mean, yes, I've seen some things, but
I wouldn't be able to perform if you were watching, because when I'm alone with the guy, I want like our time, like kind of like to bro out. And if you're there, you kind of like mess up the broness, you know what I mean? Honestly, guys are easier to work with. Guys know what guys like more than what girls know about guys. Sexuality, really, I don't really have a sexuality. And maybe it's the money that turns me on, it's the guys that turn me on. Whatever gets me going, like I'm into, obviously. You get like my fans, like all the die-hard like gay fans that just love me. They'll comment like get this girl out of here.
Fuck. Okay, I posted it. I can't get the live feature to work on Twitter for some reason anymore. I need tech support. I have no idea what's going on. They found Hitler, finally. What's wrong with this fucking? What's going on here, man? You guys see this? They literally found fucking Adolf.
Bro, what's good? Dude, you look a lot like Adolf Hitler, bro.
Dude, thank you.
Bro, for real, bro. You look just like him. Like, has anyone ever told you that?
Actually, yeah.
Really? Bro, that's insane.
My best friend told me that.
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah, it was in like freshman year. I let my mom cut my hair and it was like really swoopy, and he goes,
Really?
Dude, you look like Adolf Hitler.
That's crazy. Bro, what's good? Dude, you look a lot like Adolf Hitler, bro.
Dude, thank you.
Bro, for real, bro.
Fuck. Yeah, is this AI? I don't even know. I think it's fucking hilarious. Fucking imagine being that guy. You don't see the stream on Twitter? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I definitely sent it there. That's where everybody usually comes from. I don't know. I don't feel like ending the stream either, right? And doing a whole tech check. That sounds like a lot of work right now. It's life. It's life. I did post it though. Let's see what happens. Let me see here. Hit post. We'll write live. Yeah, it's weird. It kind of shows up, but not really. All right, let's go. All right. Like old boy. I keep getting it like old boy you watch. You see it on X now? Okay, cool. Okay, right on. Let's see. All right. The oldest Bitcoin whale, and this was from like a day ago, okay? So the oldest Bitcoin whale just dumped $1.24 billion in Bitcoin. This person survived every cycle since 2009, but sells here. Ask yourself why. You know, I think it's really interesting. Oldest Bitcoin whale just dumped. Yeah, it's definitely weird. I mean, it's definitely something we should be aware about. What is going on here? Like, who is this person? They woke up after 15 years and just dumped $1.3 billion. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know, chat, if you guys need to verify this, if you guys have heard about this. Definitely pretty crazy. Some people are saying it's like some pedos are getting exposed. Whoa. Whoa, that was weird. Old news waking up there. All right, so Tony Severino, he's pretty cool. I've talked to this guy multiple times. He's seen my TA, and I respect his TA. He does really great work. We follow each other, so check him out, Tony Severino. He's a talented guy. You know, he's not like necessarily right all the time, but he does the work. You know, I pretty much respect guys that do the work because, you know, that's all I do. You guys know I have my own method, but I do the work, right? There's no crystal ball. There's no secret shortcuts here, right? So he's got an interesting take, and I just wanted to show it to you guys because I think it's really interesting. So he's doing these. He's doing the. He's got his time cycles, like he's doing them in like. Like these 4-year intervals from the bottom, okay? From the bottoms to the bottoms. He pulled the last bottom, which was the zombie apocalypse, until it was like December of 2022. And then the next one being, you know, based on these time cycles, if they stay exactly the same, should be about August of 2027, it looks like, ish. No. No, it could be like October, November of 2026, right? Does that sound about right? Based on what he's doing, right? So it's really interesting. He's kind of suggesting that you could have like a type of Head and Shoulders here, which is really interesting for sure. And it could be true. I mean, that would be insane if the next Bitcoin run doesn't put in a higher high, right? That would be crazy. And then he's got a target down here of 3,300. Now, 3,300 is a target. It's a target I have on my chart as well. Now, once again, doesn't mean targets have to be hit, but as a person who does charts, I have to chart it. And I know that for my memory, I have a line at 3,300 on my chart as well. So, you know, is this a time when we go retest? And this would be that 2029, which I've talked about, 100-year anniversary of 1929. It would make sense if the big crash maybe happens then conveniently, right? But, you know, that would suggest that we have a muted cycle here, but I think the AI euphoria is yet to really kick in, and I think that would be the finale for the, like a 1929 anniversary, the finale this time being 2029's AI run, and, you know, maybe DeFi, Pulse Chain, whatever, we have like insane levels we go to. But I thought that was something interesting, you know, because you have to keep an open mind. Who knows, right? But everyone's like ripping them to pieces, right? All right. So you guys heard about RH just posted. Should we drop everything? Was it about the doxing? Oh yeah, we'll come to that in a second. You guys check this out. So you guys know the billionaire, supposedly that X account that popped up. Now, I think what's interesting here is he explains how Twitter works, because I know recently there was like some ladies that were interested in Pulse Chain, and you guys need to understand that followers can be bought, that engagement can be bought, right? Like my channel's natural, like my Twitter is natural, my YouTube is natural, it's real, and I know how hard it is, let's say, to grow on X, because I have like real fucking calls on there with receipts and stuff, and I see, my growth is like, and then we see people come along who have like hundreds of thousands of followers. Nothing is that like fulfilling or meaty in the content. You have to question it. Now, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I'm not saying who's real, but it's interesting. In this video, he explains this kind of Twitter account that popped up, and I want you guys to be able to extrapolate and think carefully when you see other Twitter accounts that you're like, oh, these people have hundreds of thousands. Like, what are they doing to get, how are the people getting there, right? So you don't get duped in the future, right?
So people are thinking that this account is a billionaire hiding behind a Twitter account. They are saying that he called the exact Bitcoin top and told everyone when to sell. But I'm going to tell you the truth about who this is, and I'm going to expose him. For one, I noticed that the
Lunacy Point, what's up? Welcome to the club. Good to see us. We had 3 people join today. That's awesome. You're going to get some good stuff. It's the same thing I've been doing, right? Nothing I've been doing. I just had to limit the amount of people that get access, right? So this was no limit gains, and you guys should check it out, because there's some interesting calls that have been on there. But he explains, like, it is weird how this account kind of popped up out of nowhere, right?
The account joined in October 2013, but if we click about this account, you will see that he's been verified only since October 2025, and he had a username change on November 2025. His account is based in Europe, has 900,000 followers, 638 posts. He has been deleting his old posts. This is not a billionaire hiding behind a stupid X account. He made the decision to get verified and start this type of posting, then purchased a lot of followers to boost his numbers, and he actively purchases fake views, fake likes, fake reposts to make sure the posts go viral. Because you are more willing to click like on the post that has thousands of likes than the post that has 10 likes.
So guys, this is cool about this Crypto Gains channel, because this channel is getting a lot of popularity in crypto right now. But guys, you can extrapolate this on so many other X accounts, especially people that show up to, let's say, our community or any community, and they're out of the blue, and you just gotta put your thinking cap on for a second and go, like, for a lot of people who live in other countries too, it's pennies to buy engagement, to buy likes, to buy da-da-da-da. You got to look at the content. Like, do you really believe that this content this person's channel is putting out is really drawing in, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 people, and there's this many things? Or do you think it's likely that they're just buying engagement, buying likes, buying da-da-da-da-da, right? It's important to think about it.
You're also more willing to believe it. What this is someone that's going to try sell you something. They're trying to build a cult following around perfect trading calls. Nobody has perfect trading calls. You're going to be right sometimes, and you're going to be wrong sometimes. And anyone tells you that they are always right or has a guaranteed profitability strategy is lying. You need to run away from them. Instead, you should follow people like me who do not lie to you. Because I'm not a fan of scams. I'm not a fan of fraud. And I'm not a fan of lying to the people that follow me.
Yeah, right on. And definitely follow St. Wolf Vision. So click the subscribe button, like this video, share. Of course, links are at the top. And you guys know a lot of alpha is at Mr. St. Wolf, okay? Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram, okay? And then, if you want all the TA of all the altcoins, click join down below. It's so cheap. If you can't afford it, probably shouldn't be in altcoins anyway. But yeah, I think this was a really great clip. That so shout out to Mason. Mason's actually an interesting guy. He's like a old crypto guy, and always has interesting content. So this was a really cool video that explained this account. Which, once again, there's nothing wrong with this account. It is what it is. But you need to understand that cryptocurrency is filled with accounts like this. Okay, look at my Twitter. My Twitter is real. Okay, and I think I post solid calls, receipts. I have 3,674 followers, okay? And I can do shit like this.
And I told you guys that's what P-Dye was going to do. And look what P-Dye did. Like, exactly.
Okay? It takes time to grow. Like, it's tough, when you see accounts showing up with like hundreds of thousands, millions of subscribers, and a lot of times it's just too good to be true, man. They're just bought. Everything can be bought here. I can buy engagement. Like this is 20,000 engagement, whatever, 200, but it's real, right? And, when you see people with these massive engagements and it's just people like talking and like random shit, you're just like, what is going on? They're building up their account to eventually sell things, of course, right? Like it's the thing, right? But I think a lot of that's changing because a lot of account people are not doing that anymore because they're learning, because the audience, you guys are getting smarter too. You guys know when you see a Twitter account with, whatever it is, and you're just like, what is here? That it's just bought and paid for. You know what I mean? It's not easy. Well, how many posts do I have? I have 3,918 posts. What the fuck? I didn't even know I had that many. I didn't think I posted that much. But you guys should also follow me here. Up in my game slowly here. But so be careful out there. Just be smart. You know what I mean? It is crypto, right? So, Eric Trump, what's going on, man? This was just posted today. Now, I haven't had the time to go and look at Eric Trump's profile to find out, hey, man, is this actually happening? But I'm not surprised. It says Eric Trump is scrubbing his crypto posts. Okay, let that sink in for a second. I've been watching these guys promote their coins for months now. The whole family was all in, posting constantly, hyping everything up, and now radio silence, deleted tweets, memory hold. You don't delete evidence of something unless you know what's coming. I've seen this exact pattern play out 3 times in the last 2 years with other influencer coins. First comes the hype, then the insiders cash out, then the silence, then the deletions, then everyone else is left holding worthless tokens while they pretend it never happened. This isn't about politics, this is about pattern recognition. When someone with that much reach suddenly erases their entire crypto presence, they know something you don't. They're not deleting because they've changed their mind about blockchain, they're deleting because lawyers probably told them to. The rug pull isn't coming. It already happened. The smart money already exited. The deletion of posts is just the cleanup phase. So here's my question for you all. If you're also holding any of these coins, what are you waiting for? Have you noticed anyone else frantically editing their crypto history lately? Yeah, chat, have you guys noticed anybody editing their crypto history? I'm going to go to Eric Trump's account now. I want to check this out. Okay, so he deleted some stuff about World Liberty 5. Okay, so maybe it's a rug pull. I don't know, What if they promoted the coins while they were falling and now deleted tweets is the exact psyop for crypto to bottom out and reverse mid-year? Yeah, I thought about that too, that maybe they're deleting it only to help create a bottom, and then they're going to reverse it. You can't always take all this and believe it. This is all psyop games too. Like if you're Eric Trump's team and you're like, okay, look at what Solana did. Do you guys remember the Solana chart? I literally memorized that shit like the back of my head, man. When you come over here really quick, I'm going to show you like psyop. You want to talk psyops? Now I'm not going to bring up the whole news of what happened here. But where are we at? So this was epic what the Solana team did, man. And once again, Pulse Chain's going to have these same games as well, right? Because somebody's got to do the dirty work and create the bottoms. So like, look, Solana, if you come back, Solana was an epic bull run this cycle. Like I remember this shit. This was like FTX, all the fucking bullshit. And then right here, there was all this promotion of all this news that Solana network was going down and failing, and that there was reports that they were going to like rug, it was going to be like not around anymore. And price went all the way down to $9, $8, okay? This was probably all put out by the team themselves, because then accumulation happened and Solana went from $9 to almost $300. How would you like that? 30x, right? So, when you see, for example, that he's scrubbing the World Liberty 5, like it could be part of a psyop, right? Just like Solana did. I have no doubt because they did not refute that there was issues, right? So they were kind of participating because for them, well, it was helping create that bottom, right? They got an $8 or $9 entry, and everyone could load up all the whales, and then rip and roar, it goes up 30x, right? So maybe, could Eric Trump be also doing something like that too, where they know they're being told to do that to help create this feeling or mystery that maybe things aren't looking good when actually things are just fine, right? Now I don't know. I'm not saying things are or not. I don't know. I don't follow that one closely enough, right? But these are all games that will be played in crypto. Okay. Eric Trump. Let's see. These are all the games they're going to play. What is he talking about? He's talking about financial. Is he talking about crypto? Do they do a little crypto stuff? No. Here it is. World Liberty Fi. USD1. This is January 28th. Just crossed 5 billion. Nah. See, like, it could be just FUD they're allowing to happen, right? Like, just like what happened with Solana in 2022. I delete everything on X about crypto, only dick jokes and turtle pictures. Yeah, Fast Abdul gets it, man. He's helping create the bottom there. Christian Miles says, any news is good news at this point, then promote it is not true. Right. I have no idea what you just said, sir. Trading. Yeah, he's got stuff on here. So I don't know, once again, but this stuff's probably going to come out. I don't know who this guy, Lovin RN. Who's this guy? 135. But yeah, you have to pay attention for all this kind of stuff because it's going to happen on our chain too. Look what happened with, with this ATROPA and PETA and this thing and PWBTC recently had a ton of FUD against it. Is it real? Is it not? Is it just being trumped up, so to speak? No pun intended. That's the thing with crypto, right? But these are how bottoms are made, and this is when whales figure out, to accumulate, and then it reverses, and then you go, wait, I thought that was being rugged, or I thought there was an exploit, or I thought there was this problem or that problem, right? This is the game, man. This is the game, okay? This is real, bro. This is the fuckery, all right? Fucking somebody made cat videos. I don't want to watch cat video. Oh, who's that? Oh, where was the thing? Okay, we'll play it really quick. Cats shopping wood. Fast. Perfect timing. How you doing? Good, man. Yeah. I'm having... What is that? Uh-huh. Let's go look at... It's definitely not AI, bro. This looks like your backyard. Yeah, it does. What's up, Kingsway? How you doing? Oh, dude, I got to put you in the show. You want to get in the show? You want to chat from the green room? Did you? Before I forget. Oh, hey. How you doing? Should I flip you around? There you go.
Perfect. I was looking at your topic about doxing RH's family. Have you gone over that already?
We're there right now. It says.
Oh, perfect. Okay, because I want to learn about that.
Okay. So, let's see. I don't know. There's a lot to cover here. Peplord says, rumor alert. Reports claim an individual has allegedly doxed a family member of. Let me get this over a little bit. A family member of Richard Hart and made prank calls to their mobile device. Is there a video of this prank call? Can we hear it? Is there? Richard Hart, founder of biggest scam, Pulse Chain and Hex, threatened a community member's life by doxing him to Panama murderers. Today, Richard's parents got doxed. Oh, this is interesting. Now, this guy's been posting a lot of stuff against Richard, but I don't know, is this real? Should I read it? Jonathan, all you had to do was tell me privately. Well, can we get a date on this? Is there a date? How do we know this is legit, bro?
And where is that even from?
Yeah, what's this from?
Like that's not Telegram. What is that?
Richard says, you are my partner now, if and when Gustavo Troncoso. Jonathan, how have I profited? Richard says, or Alfredo Valerino, come and fuck with me. Jonathan says, oh, get fucked. Richard, I'm going to let them know that you're my dude. Please do give them a Google. We're buddies now. Jonathan. Okay, tell them to come talk to me. I've dealt with gangsters before. They're reasonable people. Richard says, haha. Well, they killed Antonio Henry Marshall. Write these names down. Jonathan says, okay, I'm going to release this full chat for my own protection. You're now threatening my life. Richard says, good. I don't know, man. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. And that account, like that evil sack account, like check out the dates, right? Like it's not a person.
Yeah. I had something. Wait, where'd it go? Is it down here? All right. Soda also covered it too. He said the fact you stalked and doxed Richard Hart's dad is vile. If anyone in the Pulsion community has the recording, please email it to me. I've warned you about these bad actors. Gayer, Giga, Elijah Peck are going to be held accountable for this. And he's reaching out.
Elijah is referring to all the guy known as Almighty.
Almighty. Almighty. Okay, got you, Elijah Peck. Okay.
And Almighty posted about this too.
Oh yeah, let's go.
So like,
let's go look at that.
I'm still thinking this is all rumor. I don't have any sort of confirmation.
Let's see.
Yeah, check out Almighty. There we go.
Okay. He doesn't like hexologist.
Father got contacted recently. Hey, baby dolls. So, Richard Hart's father got contacted recently by somebody in the community, and I don't have all the facts. I don't know, but apparently it wasn't malicious. Apparently it was a joke. But I've just sent out messages and I got content coming out here. I want to ward everything off. I don't want it to get to breaking point. Right? It feels like breaking point already, but just, I'm trying to preempt everybody out here. Call out bad stuff, bad behavior like that. Just so everyone knows that, hey, the community's still here, right? Because friends, look, I was sat here all the time. Oh, the founder looks like a scammer. Bro, Tron chart is up to the right. Justin Sun's the biggest scammer of crypto. Paul Shane's tech is dog shit. Newsflash, XRP has no tech. XRP has no tech. Ripple dumped over $1.7 billion of XRP on the community for like 11 years. And then they just had to basically admit that their on-demand liquidity thing doesn't even work, and they just copy-pasted Uniswap after that. So don't talk to me about, oh, it's got no tech, bro. It doesn't matter, man. XRP hit 200 billion market cap. You don't need tech. Also, Bitcoin. What do you use Bitcoin for? Nothing. There you go. You see? So it doesn't matter what angle. Oh, Richard needs to be sorry and apologize. Charles Hoskinson says sorry all the time. He's got high empathy. He went on Sean Ryan's show for 5 hours in the seat, man. Charles's coin, Cardano ADA, is down 95% against BTC since 2017. 9 years. I've owned Cardano, man. It's awesome, good community. I'm just telling you, the stuff you think you need to fix, it doesn't actually fix it, friends. It doesn't, okay? We just need more time. And I know I've waited a long time too. US Fed balance sheet's got to keep going up. PMI's got to keep going up. Main Street's got to keep getting money in their pocket. Trump's got to do something, all right? Don't forget he loves you.
Yeah, I agree with Somi here. Somebody says it was a real call. Actually, quite a few guys are chiming in here. It was a real call. He called Rich's dad on the space. It's from AstroGeo. Was super respectful, just pretended to be Richard's old friend and wanted to check up on him. Hey, man, can you send us a link for this chat? And if you have a timestamp, or at least generally, we'd love to hear it. It was recorded, right? I'm sure. Or did you guys just hear it and it wasn't recorded? I don't know. Let us know, man. Send us a link if you got something. And we're going to go to Almighty's, right? Okay, here we go. Oh, they're live. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Are we going to get something here? I don't hear nothing. Hello? Nobody's talking? Are they just hanging out?
X has been glitchy lately.
Okay.
On my computer anyway. Maybe click back in. But if you take a look at Almighty's profile, he posts about the incident. If it was real, I'm still not 100%.
All right. Let's go to the beginning. Is there a beginning? It's part of the clown shows, Chris. What work? Did we already? He's asking Capital come by the chain. This dude is a loser. Finland, but he's a billionaire. Where's the castle? Oh, he's like full on trolling now. Okay.
We have a guest I'm going to invite to address this story, if you don't mind.
No, it's an open stream.
Good.
Okay, this is the one. Richard Hart Wynn blocked me again for calling his dad. Richard Hart Wynn has blocked you. Well, I mean, yeah, it happens, I guess. A lot of people think he's a legend.
Well, if they called his dad, you know, like that's like I would block him too.
It's just weird. It's not really like, you know, like it's just weird.
It's probably just a prank. Knowing like the character in question, likely just a prank, not malicious intent, right? But
it's not
presumably his dad is well into his 70s. You know, based on the age of my dad, when Richard and I are close to the same age. So it's like, you know, you don't call old people and
nigga said
confuse them.
S-guy. I'm still in disbelief. The GOAT flopped so extremely hard his first cycle and blames it on our poor marketing. Richard Hart Wynn, next time don't put your family's house as your ex-banner idiot. Billionaire with mom, dad in the ghetto of Fort Lauderdale. Well, I don't know. Sounds kind of harsh. But it is what it is, man. It's not illegal. Maybe a little intrusive or offensive, but
I have some information coming in live from a credible source who says that Almighty was messing around and didn't think it was true, like didn't think it was the real number, right? Like just messed around on Google, and went ahead and called it, was polite, and just said he hadn't heard from RH in a while and wanted to see if he was okay. Didn't mention crypto or anything he said. Was it like a gamer bro from back in the day? You know what I mean? And gave his real name and phone number to the person, you know, who was supposedly RH's dad. Like, oh, you haven't called me back. This is my name. This is my phone number. So it's it could be, you know, that it was like he was literally just messing around, found somebody who looked like it was Richard's dad on the internet, and then made a call.
Yeah. Okay.
But didn't try to scare the old person, didn't try to prank the old person, like actually pulled it back. So maybe not that bad.
At work.
But it can't continue, you know?
Oh, it finally worked. Okay, let's do this.
And this work van, so my dad picked me up from the airport in his work van. And this work van has got a coat hanger for an antenna on the front, and it's all rusted, running down the side of it. The letters are peeling off the side of it. So y'all need your air conditioning fixed. Seabreeze air conditioning. His letters is peeling off the side of it. And he ain't fit. He's like 420, 450 pounds.
Whoa.
So my dad picked me up from the airport in his work van.
Okay. RH docs his dad. That's it. That's the story. Fast Abdul, that is 100% what happened. Not malicious whatsoever.
Okay.
No, I don't think it has to be malicious to be intrusive or offensive. I mean, just so you guys understand, if you know, somebody called a family member of mine, even if you guys were really nice, it would be a little freaky. You know what I mean? It'd be weird. It's weird. It's weird. Even if you were like, "Hey, man, I just want to check up on you." I don't know. Like, it could be really nice, but it would still be really weird.
Yeah, I'm with you, but like,
it is what it is.
I don't know. I would, based on the story I've heard, I'd give him a pass. Like Almighty's a kid. Like, I think he's 18, maybe 19 on the outside, and he's messing
younger.
around. And he called a guy who had the same last name as Richard.
He's younger than that, man.
To play a joke.
I think he's like,
and then pulled it back when he found out it was real.
From what I understand, he's not legal to drive yet. He has a learner's permit. I think he's 14 or 15.
Okay.
Tops. Yeah. He's quite.
I'm pretty sure he's older than that, but yeah,
he's quite young. He's quite young. How old's Almighty? Somebody told me 14. I think he's about 15. So yeah, he gets a pass for sure.
I think he was about 15 when he started on Pulse Chain, and now he's like, you know, I remember 35. Seeing streams of him years ago. And he seemed pretty. He was young, like he was not 18. I bet you he's in that 18-ish range now. Somebody still has to buy a beer for him anyway.
So apparently, chat is saying he's older than 15. We're getting numbers as high as 27 at this point.
There's no way.
So I feel like it's something I would have done when I was fucking 21 or some shit. No, I don't know how old he is, but
You do dumb shit when you're like 18, no matter how smart you actually are. It's by default, especially if you're a dude. You're gonna do dumb shit.
Right. And he's already not. It doesn't seem like the most empathetic guy. But technically, when you're 21, you're as a guy, you're just not. And I was pretty cocky too.
No, you're almost a sociopath, generally speaking.
Yeah, like all 20 guys in their early 20s, sociopaths. That's why they want them in the military. They want to get you in the army.
Totally. Well, and because they're dumb. Like, they don't want smart guys in the military, right? Like, if you and I join the military and they're like, run over that hill, there's bad guys on the other side, like, we might say no. Like, no, I'm good. This is good. Yeah, call in an airstrike. That'd be my whole move.
This post. Yeah, so somebody says, don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
Probably good advice. It is what it is. I guess Richard Hart, at the same time, Richard Hart's a very public figure. He's had talked a big talk and had extraordinarily poor performance. So I guess in some ways he's got to also expect that people are going to be frustrated with him. And to be honest, I'd probably wouldn't mind that it's like Almighty, a guy I know or whatever. It's the 10 guys in the shadows you don't know about. Those are the scary ones. The ones that aren't on X, you don't know who they are, and they also they didn't need X to find Richard's father's house. They already know it, and they're the creepos who are going to leave. You know what I mean? It's those guys in the shadows you got to worry about. Actually, I'm not worried about. Sure, that was maybe not in the best taste, but I'm not worried about any of these guys. In spaces or people that we know of doing anything. It's really the quiet ones you don't really know about that you probably got to worry about. Keep you up at night.
Agreed.
The part that
the guys who tell you what they're doing and it's all very public, even if it's not exactly a good idea. I'm not too worried about them.
Yeah,
as far as my personal.
When you launch a project
safety.
And it's the size of Richard Hart's and people have been down this long, like I'm surprised he hasn't gotten more. Like I guess he gets a ton of hate on X already, right? So it's part and parcel of the gig now, right? If RH has his dad working in the 70s and driving a crappy van, we are screwed. Yeah. No need for foot soldiers. Still not cool. There's a storm brewing. Just wait, it's coming. It's not up to RH. The old man could be stubborn as fuck. Disappointed RH hasn't gotten his parents a gated community. Yeah, it is kind of surprising, right? I feel like, if like, when I hit like a certain level of wealth, first thing I do is handle like everyone I really care about. But, we don't know the situation or his relationship either with his family, right?
No. Yeah, we have no... I think it's fine that people don't have to tell you all about their family members when they're in crypto. It's very reasonable not to do so.
Yeah, we do.
My advice: leave it alone.
We got a lot of members this show, man.
Nice.
Krieger for Christus became a member. Okay, Henry Flores became a member. Luna Seapoint became a member and joined the show. You guys join buttons at the bottom. Get all the TA, all the altcoins. The higher tier members get custom requests every month. And more importantly, though, just go to Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram, though, at the very least. That'll be very helpful for you when we turn around, which I think we're going to turn around sooner than people realize. No need for social. You think RH's dad lives in that old beach house? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, and I'm not going to speculate on it. It's like, I'm not going to speculate on the address of Richard Hart or any of his family members.
Yeah. Oh, we were supposed to go here. I think it started playing. Let's see what's going on.
Plugged right in, yeah.
Ah, there we go.
It's basically, let me say it this way. Now we officially beat Richard.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Like now we've officially beat him.
Stay humble.
Famous. I don't want a fucking whole tangent on bullshit.
I hope they don't change
Explain it to me like I know nothing.
Okay, so basically we're going to offer individuals a better solution for both sides of the validating of the system. So if you're on the transactional side, you will get better throughput, better block speed, you'll get better execution, everything. If you're on the other side, it's just it's like 30% easier to run the client than the normal one. And we're faster than the public one, and we're going to be public also. So technically, we're going to be a public option instead of Aragon and the other one. This is going to be another option that people
guys,
could
hit
run.
it again. I don't know why
Builders could run.
I'm not
People
getting the
want
button.
to use an
Hit the
RPC
button
can
again.
have.
The ring button or whatever.
And we're going to be smacking the fucking pulse chain with the fastest blocks, man. And we're always going to be first. And in order for people to do that, they're going to have to pay us. And if you guys want, you could try to do it. But the guy who's building this is more than just some
you
guy
guys in the show?
who's building a $50,000 contract. You know what I mean? So it's going to either flop or it's going to be super amazing. And I think it's going to be super amazing because everything he builds is just working. So.
Wait, I got you guys. I got you guys.
The space.
Okay, hang on,
Stop
hang on.
yapping respectfully.
Yeah, we'll join back in a second. Let me get these guys in the show here.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we got you. Hang on, let me kick you in the show here. I thought I was having issues, but yeah, give us a mic check.
Can you guys hear me? Loud and clear?
Yeah. There we go. You guys
What's
are
going on,
in.
guys?
What's going on?
Oh, it's been a wild couple of days, eh?
You guys have made it a wild couple of days. What's up, Panos? Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah,
we got you.
Okay, yeah.
Hey.
I was just at the gym. I literally.
Yeah, it's been an interesting 24 hours, huh?
Oh yeah.
I noticed KR got wrecked on Solana and came back to Pulse Chain all inside about 3 days.
You got turned around. Hey,
it's so.
Guys, can I take I'm just gonna run to the loo. I'll be back just 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's save the juicy part for when Wolf gets back. But KR, tell us about your Solana journey.
Oh yeah, bro, man. I ended up bridging out. I sold the Pico bottom and went to Solana. Bought 3 meme coins on there. Bought 5K of 3 meme coins, and I lost everything. And then I had 4-6 grand left, and I thought, fuck it. If I put that into Hex, maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to make back some money. It's tough, man. The guys, don't go to Solana, man. You get your money stolen. At least on Pulse Chain, you know who's stealing your money. On Solana, you don't know who's stealing your money.
That's true. At least here, you can you can figure out who stole your money.
Oh,
Fair enough.
shit.
Well, I'm glad it was only a 3-day turnaround for you. That way you don't have to drop your Pulse badge or anything like that.
Yeah.
What's funny is people were reporting KR to Matty, asking him to remove his pulse chain badge.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is a relevant report considering some of your posts. But I think we can say that your intentions were not bad. You were not planning on attacking the Pulse Chain community.
Here's the thing, right? Number one, not once did I make a single FUD tweet about Pulse Chain itself. My whole concept was I'm moving on for my own sake. It's got nothing. I think Pulse Chain's gonna do well, blah blah blah. I played that kind of character. I still think Pulse Chain's gonna do well in the future. But I just feel like right now there's more of a money opportunity on Solana, right? And I guess some people took it the wrong way, which is fine. I mean, obviously afterwards, the fast Abdul, I did make a whole tweet basically, saying, oh, it was a psyop, and it just shows kind of, that sadly and unfortunately, this community is still very vulnerable in regards to all of this. I mean, yeah, sure, making a post like that could have some sort of, I guess, effect, but the way some people were reacting on the post, and then even, for example, if I did lose money on Solana, the way a lot of people were acting, comments ha, haha, you lost your money, good on you, stay on Solana, blah, blah, blah. It's I went into certain groups, for example, the PDI Telegram group. Oh my God, guys, KR and Panos have left, Solana. They've left Pulse Chain, they're going to Solana, they've got out finally. And, it just shows how, to a certain extent, vulnerable the community is. They believe anything. Basically, guys, TLDR, the only reason why we done that whole thing was basically because we wanted to kind of force a bottom, if that makes sense, right? Like that's a bottom signal and a half. That was the only reason why we done that, you know. And I'm pretty sure maybe there's certain people that could even vouch it was all trolling, right? Like even the Solana PFP profile, like that was ChatGPT. I took a picture of my Solana wallet, and I just told ChatGPT, can you make the 300 Solana in there and actual live price time it as well? And it done that, right? So it's like, the fact that people believed it. I mean, I guess I did do a good show in acting, like that space that we done with Panos. We done great in regards to acting, the farewell space. That was funny. I see many groups like, oh my God, KR and Panos are actually leaving. They're gone forever. I was like, okay, fairs. But yeah, man, it was just a bit of we try to do a bottom signal. We try to sign up, a bit of entertainment for the community. And yeah.
I'm guessing the people who knew you well probably, knew what was up immediately when you changed your profile from Pulse Chain to Solana.
I thought that was hilarious, bro. You know, when I done the ChatGPT and I put a Solana badge next to my name, I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
Dude. Okay, I'm glad it was short anyway.
Yeah, we was gonna drag it on for a bit, but just looking at the state of the chain and everything, because like very soon after there was that guy that capitulated like 150K and pushed the price down 25%. We was like, maybe we should not drag this on too long,
Humor is not universal. Not everybody gets it all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
So these guys were live for the whole Richard Hart's dad thing, Wolf. If you have any questions, these would be the boys.
Yeah, we can talk through it. It was
let's talk about
but we can't hear you right now, Saint Wolf. Your mic's muted.
Sorry, Wolf. Yeah, you're muted.
Good. Actually, really quick. I saw a tweet. Somebody was threatening to take away your Pulse Chain badge.
Say that again, sorry.
They were threatening to take away your Pulse Chain badge.
Well, no, that some guy basically messaged Matty because we, apparently left for Solana. Like, why do these guys still have the Pulse Chain badge? Blah blah blah. Yeah, that was basically it.
And do you have the recording of Almighty calling Rich's dad? No.
So sadly, I wish I did have that recording because it proved so many people wrong. But I recorded it myself directly, only to realize that there was no audio in the recording.
Oh,
I think that's for the best.
Yeah, I as well. I do think, because obviously if the recording was public, I think that would be more.
It wouldn't be good for a certain individual. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
right? But
exactly.
At the same time, like I don't agree with doing that live on a space, for example.
Yeah.
But everything that was said is public knowledge. Richard Hart like literally doxed his dad's business on Fresh and Fit. So I mean, I'm not saying that people should have called his dad on a space, but the things that are going around are very incorrect. Like, first of all, me and KR were the ones that got the blame for the phone call. Apparently, it was me and KR that called, which is
apparently there was threatening. Like there was, apparently we was being threatening. Apparently. Now here's the thing, right? When you look at the certain accounts that are actually spreading this misinformation, and you go look at what tokens they are shilling, they kind of make sense, right? There's a lot of people that have a vendetta against me and Panos because of the P-Dye saga, the whole P-Dye when P-Dye was the whole minting saga. There's still a lot of people out there. Like, I mean, I go into the P-Dye chat and I see our names getting mentioned every other day, and they're blah 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 blah. P-Dye haters and blah blah blah. Like, and I just think, we don't even care. Like, I mean, fair enough, you can hate who you want and you can have your little, what's it called, vengeance or anger towards us, but honestly speaking, like, we don't care. We hope P-Dye does well for you. You know what I mean? Like, the minting issue has been stopped, so I don't get the issue kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's
always the people. Misconcepted. It's always the P-Dye guys.
You guys get blamed for a lot of things.
So I think there's a delay. Yeah. So look,
is there a delay?
Yeah, there's a bit of a delay for me, I think.
Is there?
I don't know.
You sound okay here, guys.
I do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, it's always the same people that like to like make shit up about me and KR. And you just click on their profile, and they've got PDI in their bio, so they have a vendetta against us. So like the post that have been going around was that me and KR made the call, which isn't true. And then Somi, I'm gonna have to call out Somi here because I think what he done here is a bit. I know he likes to say he hides behind this like comedy act and says I'm just reporting the news, but he made a statement. He didn't say any names. So I think he knows it's got nothing to do with me and KR, but he said that there was a threatening phone call, or maybe even worse, insinuating that someone is trying to like threaten or do something to Richard's dad, which is complete and utter nonsense. So I just want to make it clear that the posts that are going around is just total bullshit. And Somi should know better.
That's good to know.
So let's talk about what exactly happened, right? So I think we was on a space. B Roots was on. Ian was on. There was many of us that were on that space.
This was last
night. We was kind of coping.
Like yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, yesterday. It would be morning, afternoon time for the Americans, maybe morning time for the Americans, I think. Okay. And it was kind of like a cope space. We was kind of like at the time chain was going down. Basically, I think we called the name of the space Pulse Chain Job Fair, something like that, right? Because on the space we was all pretending to be, making job ideas for what's our next, route to make money, kind of thing, right? Like crypto's going down, Pulse Chain's going down. We need to kind of come up together and think of a business plan. And then I think a certain individual started just researching into, Richard Hart. And then obviously he found a clip where Panos, you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong here. He found the clip where Richard Hart basically states who his dad is and where he works, basically, like the actual name. And I think he also stated where they live. And he basically was like, let me try to find the company, see if the company still exists or something like that. It was along them lines. He found the company and then just randomly gave them a call, kind of thing, right? And then that call, I don't think it directed specifically to his dad, but that call gave a voicemail where it gave the number to call, which then I think the certain individual called, right? He called the number. The first words were like, "Oh, who is this? Blah blah blah." The person said, "Hey, I'm this person. I'm a good friend of Richard's. I was just hoping that he's okay. I've not heard from him for a while. I'm hoping that he's okay."
Okay.
And then the person on the other side was like, "Oh, so who are you? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm here. From the game." I think he said from his gaming days. He knows him from his gaming days or something like that.
Okay.
And then he was just like, "Yeah, I'm hoping Richard's okay. Congratulations as well. You heard about the Interpol news." I think he said that as well. And then he was like, I think his dad was like, what kind of confused in a way. And he was like, "Yeah, so yeah, this phone call was just, I just wanted to make sure Richard's okay." And then he gave him his full name. So the person who was actually on the phone, he actually gave his full name to Richard's dad. He gave his number. And he said, Richard's dad was like, "Oh, call tomorrow, and I'll, get back to you." So he said, I think he said that he needs to go through someone to speak to him or something along them lines. Panos, you can correct me if I'm getting any of this wrong or mistaken.
So this was all happening live while you were on the show.
Yes.
Yeah. And so he's talking to his dad, and he gives his full name. He says, "I'm Elijah, blah blah blah."
Yep.
I'm from this number. So it was like a genuine reach out. Like
it was full genuine. There was no threats at all. I mean, he fully doxed himself. Fully doxed himself.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
There was no genuine, like there was no anything like that. And then that was basically the phone call. They both said God bless, and they ended the phone call. That was basically the phone call. There was no malicious act in the phone call. There was no malicious intent in the phone call. I think the only thing that I will, say live and I'll say publicly is it shouldn't have happened on that public space, right? I don't think it should have happened on a public space. I don't see how any of this is doxing to a certain degree. I mean, it is doxing, but at the same time, the information was already out there. And yeah, like the
I'm with
only
you on the
one
information
mistake.
being out there, but like drawing attention to information, like there is, I see some sin there, right? Like some of us are smarter than others. Maybe some people could figure out more details if they had a start, right? So I think
Yeah.
like doxing anybody in crypto, in my opinion, is not okay.
Well, here's the thing, right? Number one, that space was a 24-hour space, so there was a lot of lack of sleep, a lot of hectic moments.
You guys were going
and
for a while. You guys were going.
yeah,
Since
I mean,
Sunday,
bro, we've been going
I
on
think.
for thank
Sunday
you.
afternoon or something. Because
Yeah, we've been non-stop since Sunday, you know, and we're just trying to, you know, keep the community entertained and, you know, keep the vibes up. And it's tough for ourselves as well, watching our portfolios losing six figures every 2 weeks, you know, you're like, shit. And I think maybe we should have maybe intervened and stopped it. But where it was all in the moment, it was like disbelief kind of thing. Didn't feel like it was real. And by the time we realized what was going on, it was like, yo, it's already happened kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
The person making the call didn't think it was real either, right? Like they didn't know that it was actually
they was giggling. They was like, oh my god. Like it wasn't like
it's a real number,
yeah.
right?
I mean,
You would
even
just
to
be
this
like,
day, it might not even be him, right? It could potentially not be him, and you know, we've all been psyoped.
It's
I'm
kinda true,
like
yeah.
there's a small percent.
Could have been just some random
But yeah,
old
we had no
retired
clue.
dude who's like a little half with what do they call that little my mom has that, her brain's like half gone, right? Like in Florida, just being like, yeah, I'll reach out to my son for you, whatever. Yeah, just going along with it.
Richard's also a reasonably
Schizophrenia,
common
right?
name if there was no last name involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get the vibe, and plus, like we were talking about, you know, Elijah or Almighty. He's like, you know, he's a teenager, right? He's like 15, 16 tops.
No, he's 25.
Oh fuck.
Okay, there we go.
I don't think he had any ill intent behind it. Like I'm not sticking up for what he done. I just don't think he had any ill intent for it in regards to the phone call. I do think, in all seriousness, maybe it should never have ever been done on a public space.
Well, also
I mean,
to cover all sides of the story too, because we kind of quickly went to Almighty's Twitter. He definitely sounded very angry at Richard. He's definitely lashing out at him right now in his post, though.
I think that's afterwards. Basically, I think he got blocked.
He doesn't sound chill about it at all, or that it was like an accident. Like he sounds like he's like very like pissed right now at him.
He's not really a chill guy. That's not his thing.
Does he know Richard? Are they like friends from back in the day or something? Like,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
But,
There's a large age gap.
yeah, he got blocked. I don't know what this means. Hex was fucked since. I don't know what this means.
Here's the thing, though, right? He never mentioned anything to do with Pulse Chain on the call. He never mentioned anything to do with Pulse Chain on the call or crypto in general.
Okay.
Right? It was more like, hey, I'm worried about Richard, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, look, I'm not saying that it was normal or it was, you know, it was the right thing to do. But the story, the way it's getting presented right now to the public is completely wrong. And people should know the truth. There was many people there. Many people, and I'm sure someone's got a recording. There was 100 people listening. You know, someone surely had recorded it, or would have said if we was in any way, you know, if the person was in any way rude or threatening. Number one, if there was any rude or threatening, then 100% we would have 1,000,000% intervened, which was never ever the case. And secondly, I agree. You know, I just see a comment. You know, you guys should have muted it. You guys should have stopped it. Where it was in the moment, live, and at the same time we're busy with IRL stuff. You know, we're in the convo, but we're also doing stuff IRL. I think I was at the gym at the time when this all happened.
Yeah.
It was kind of in the moment, and when it happened, it happened. By the time we realized, it was already too late. This is the problem with, you know, you're hosting 24-hour spaces for the community to be able to come talk and vibe. you do have this issue where sometimes things are said that are not meant to be said on Spaces, countless of times.
No, it's tough. I kind of understand the vibe in the sense like he's doing it. You don't even know if it's a real number or if he's really even fucking doing it. And then it happened. It all probably happened in like 30 seconds or a minute. So it's like, yeah, I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? He did it, and you're like, whoa, is this happening, right? And like, you know, that's probably what you're going through. We had
What we're seeing here on Almighty's profile is what I like to refer to as the Richard blocked me effect.
Do you guys remember the
we've seen it
porn
on
call?
other profiles in the past?
Do you guys remember when the show got hacked and some pornographer got on the show and he was flashing like all that pornography and sex, and like I didn't catch it. It's like it rolled for like almost a minute. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And you guys remember, so I kind of understand that perspective where you're like doing shit and all of a sudden he's like doing the call, it's funny, and then like, oh fuck, somebody actually picks up and it's like, oh my god, is that actually Richard's dad? Like what the fuck, it's just happening. I get it. We accidentally had a lot
that's
of
the trouble with being live, right?
Anal sex on
live
screen
shit
one show. Yeah, we had a weird experience. Or you saw it in the green room, but I didn't punch it in the show. So chat, you guys didn't see it, but you heard it, right? But you saw it. Were you on the show, Fast? Or I sent you a video.
I think I was on the show, or I was watching the show. I can't remember which, but there was like, there's the sounds, but then there's the video was separate.
Yeah, so I saw it in the green room, and then I think chat heard it, and they're like, "What's that noise?" I'm like, "You don't want to know." Yeah, it was crazy. It just happened so fast, right? Like
raunchy pornography.
Yeah.
And we're live.
We're actually live. Yeah, this stuff does happen live. But also, he's not like walking it back or anything, man. He's literally like, just remember, he needs us way more than we need him. He's a fat loser on the run from the Finnish government. I mean, he definitely got like a bone to pick. Like we all, everyone's upset. It sucks, but
he's angry because he got blocked, right? Like,
okay, that's why. Okay.
Oh, I think it's more to it, right? I think it's the whole, having lots of money to go and not completely, but, losing a lot of money because you're holding his assets, right? I guess that has an impact on anyone, right?
Can I click on this? Is this real? He has a website called F Richard.
I didn't even see that. Oh, it's not even the site.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to walk it back for him when he's literally got a website here saying, frichard.com.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, I think he's doubling down.
He tends to take things fairly far.
He is a troll, though. He's wrote like Jesus is king. I don't think he's not a Christian, is he?
No, yeah, he is Christian.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how religious he is, but
there's a lot of Christians who aren't walking the path. That's not uncommon.
Yeah, I don't walk the path.
You walk your own path. You have a path.
Definitely not walking the path. I'm going to hell, guys. Sorry. Almighty's way of cry value. Chad, what do you guys think? I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. We see how RH reacts. Really, that's what it comes down to, right? Who cares how we react? It comes down to like, of course he blocked him, but is he gonna like, is he gonna crush one more cycle? He's gonna screw the chain one cycle. I don't know how pissed Richard is about this. That's all that matters, like how he takes it, right? And maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he's like, whatever. Because we also don't know how much shit he's taking in the private that we don't know about, right? Remember I was telling you guys, it's not the people like us he has to worry about, like Almighty. It's the 10 dudes in the shadows that aren't even on X that are probably, that keep him up at night, right? It's not us keeping him up at night. So maybe he's already getting crazy nutty messages from randos that we don't even know about that he's dealing with. So this may be nothing to him, right? Like we don't know. The real situation, right? The real situation is always really dark. I mean, like when you're in that public thing, like you guys have never heard some of the messages I've gotten, like I've gotten some really dark ones, man, like creepy. And I don't even have a layer one, right? So can you imagine his situation with the layer one and the cycle's pretty fucked? He might be getting some weird night messages, or emails or who knows, right?
Yeah. I mean, just considering that number has been publicly known, the address is publicly known.
Yeah.
I'm sure in the past people have probably contacted it in a malicious way.
Sure, I'm sure.
I think that's probably a reasonable assumption.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure he's probably heard shit before from people. But
it could all be a psyops too, right? Like that number could be fake. The person who answers could be fake. Like maybe it's all planned.
100%. It could all just be like that. Could have been just some random guy, and he was just playing along. It's all just a psyop. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe he's a guy, and that's his job is to like deflect, right?
Yeah, yeah. But what I mean, there's a lot of Chinese whispers going around. People making posts that have no idea what they're talking about, just because they saw Somi's post or something. And like my response to people is like, okay, if you want to make these kind of assumptions and post the proof, like there was over 100 people there. I'm sure somebody clipped that or like was recording that. So post it, and then they're not going to do that because they're just going to look stupid. Maybe it's a good thing it's not getting posted, but at the same time, it would clear up a lot of the nonsense that's going around.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I don't like the fucked up thing is I do absolutely regret that it was done on a live stream on a space of multiple people. So yeah, we take full responsibility in that regard that we should have, maybe. But like I said, it was in the moment.
You two are responsible for everything.
Yeah, we're responsible for everything, bro. Any coin that goes down 50%, KR and Panos got their hands on it. Any, we tweet about a coin, oh, yep, it's a scam. Yeah, we tweet about Hex all the time and Pulse Chain, and it's a scam. I mean, I guess it's just is what it is, right? We run spaces. I guess you get this sort of attention all the time.
Yeah. Love to pile it onto the Pico bottoms. Hey man, we don't know if the bottom's in yet. Bottom could be a few more zeros off. This isn't the dumbest thing. Decentralized made better bank were posted, huh? Were hosted at the big PDI conference. Oh, gotcha. Okay. RH Senior sounded like a chill dude. Okay, Ink, you were in the space. So should we call him again? Should we call him from this show?
We should not.
Shit. Yeah, you want part 2, bro? Oh my god.
I haven't been blocked yet. I just,
Me and Panos got blocked actually.
So
we did get blocked afterwards.
I can't believe I'm not blocked yet, man. It's fucked up.
You guys probably just by association, I would imagine. But,
yeah.
Well, here's the thing, right? You got people like Sota, who's who made a big, and he directly targeted us, saying, I think he's he don't get his correct information, and I think he's a bit of I mean, his charting and whatever else when it comes to crypto, fair play, do your thing. But with the whole hate towards others, I mean, I don't get that. I mean, I get it. They had a little back and forth, but man, I think he's wrong in many levels.
You don't think he's like?
Well, here's the thing, right?
He's like the CoffeeZilla of our chain or something.
Well, here's the thing. You talk about doxing.
Yeah.
Right, and number one, in my opinion, I don't think anyone got doxed to the extent that Sota doxes people. Sota's actually put public information of people's families out on X. So it's a bit hypocritical coming from someone like that talking about doxing when you've literally doxed many people that actually not even done a lot or done anything on this chain remotely compared to what other people have done. And you're completely doxing people's sisters, their dads, full names, where they live. So yeah, I think I think it's kind of sad. I think it's unnecessary, especially I mean, I get there was back and forth in the past, but don't use this to try and get a bit more. Like I feel like people are just using it for engagement farming, literally that to a certain degree.
Yeah, the thing with Almighty is his information is already on the internet, right? So you could kind of say that it's not doxing him, even though it kind of is. But he like his info is already out there, right? So, but there were other people that have been doxed by people in the community that had no information out there, and it has probably caused people some distress. And it's just. It happens. I don't condone it at all. I even had someone come up onto our space and try to dox me on a recorded space, but he had the wrong name. So I mean, I don't really care, but it's happened to me multiple times as well.
Really interesting. That's like the thing. That's a thing in crypto, right?
Yeah,
you dox people.
It's just the thing, I guess.
Let's go see you guys see what they're talking about really quick, and then we'll hit some charts here.
Yeah, we got famous running the space right now for us.
We are having trouble.
Famous as a listener, bro.
No, it's I'm looking on my phone.
Oh, that was just buggy from thingy.
It's buggy as hell, man. It's buggy as hell today. I don't even know if we're gonna get it to work. It's not even working right now.
Oh yeah, no, he's there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Doesn't have any volume there.
It's just not working. It'll kick on its own. That's what happened last time. I just left it open and then it's.
He said, "L, go to town."
Oh, was that it? It just kicked in.
Yeah, we had it for a sec.
Well, I see someone's
shit out of me.
You know,
so now I have to relive that shit, which I'm not really happy to do.
I was literally about to play the stream to the space, but
you want me to pull out? What do you want to say? Because I
What's
can't
that?
control the volume here.
No, I was gonna say I see a post there saying you boys crossed the line. You should apologize.
I was just reading.
Gain more respect, having ethics. Well, here's the thing. We said that we take full responsibility that it was done on a live space. You know. So, you know, we do take responsibility in that regard. It shouldn't have happened. You know, mistakes do happen. And, you know, in the future, we'll try and make sure things like this never happen again. You know, we're just human error. And, you know, like, I'm not going to apologize for someone else calling someone. But in regards to actually getting it done on our space, like if you weren't the host and co-host of the space, would people really blame us for? I mean, if we was our speakers on the space, most probably we would. But yeah, like it shouldn't have been done on a live space. Fair enough. I completely get that, but that's about it.
We weren't the ones who called or done any of that. So we're not going to apologize for that, obviously.
Yeah, it's a live show.
Yeah, it was. There was a host and two co-hosts on the space. So if people want to put the blame on us, then it is what it is.
Interesting. Nah, boys, don't explain. Fuck it. All right, let's hear what's going on over here.
That's about it.
We weren't the ones who called or done any of that. So we're not going to apologize for that.
Hey, Trey, bro. You trying to serve us?
It was there was a host and two co-hosts on the space, so people want to put the blame on us.
Yo, Trey, bro.
Okay, are you guys getting our show in the show too?
You know you have a hot mic. Okay.
What's going on?
Just yeah, St. Wolf. It's St. Wolf stream. He's just opened. I think he's just opened the space.
We weren't the ones who called.
Oh, is this live right now?
Yeah. You guys live right now?
Hey, I asked Abdul to text me and ask me what happened, so I just gave him the simple breakdown.
Guys, retweet the room. If you can hear us, retweet the room.
Be mindful of multi-party consent laws when calling people.
I told him you threatened them and shit.
What up, boys?
What up, Trev?
Doing such a fucking shit stir.
We got like streamception right now.
Streamception.
Ted, what's up the stream? Shouts out to Saint.
What is somebody streaming this call right now, guys?
Yeah, St. Wolf's in the space on the stream with KO and Panos on the stream with Fast Abdul.
Whatever you do, guys, don't say any explicit curse words.
Why not? Double stream inception. That's right.
They're on to us, Wolf.
That's awesome.
What's up, Trevor?
What up, dude? What are you doing?
You know, I just got finished washing some dishes and shit. I'm looking at a squirrel on my back porch.
I see everybody's found these old. I see everyone's found these old Telegram messages. Apparently, Almighty done fucking kicked the hornet's nest.
Yeah, brother.
What up,
That's
Trevor?
what we need, bro. Your little action stirring around, bro. It's getting boring.
Nah, dude.
Part of the problem. Some of these guys are just bored.
Messages are pretty friggin' old news, man. Like, I remember whenever I got into Hex, I saw these messages. I mean, they're easily Googleable. Like, it's not.
Yeah. No, you can. I mean, I found it real quick, but I'm just saying the names in there. Like some of these dudes he's saying are like fucking murderers and shit. Like who the fuck is Marshall? Who the hell is Henry Marshall Antonio? Who's that?
I mean, don't even bother trying to Google. I mean,
don't.
So whenever I first found out about Hex, I mean, obviously, like, I mean, like anybody, you start like Googling everything, and back in those days, the first link you saw was, is Hex a scam, and then all that fun stuff. And I remember going down this rabbit hole, and those two individuals that he mentions in the Telegram messages, even if you Google them, there's nothing that comes up. So it's like, I don't know. To his defense, he can make those names up. I have no idea, right? So.
Is it a scam, bro?
But who is the guy he said? Who is the guy he said actually died? His name is Antonio Henry Marshall. Like I'm trying to look this dude up.
Yeah, there was like,
bro, Henry Matarias for free.
I'm seeing that comment. Did KR and Panos really leak Pulse Chain? I remember they had a space saying they were. Yeah, guys, we left.
Nah, we ain't going anywhere, bro. So what they're talking about on that space is some account pulled up a really old message from like 8 years ago. I think it was in a group chat, or it might have been a private message between Richard Hart and someone else, and Richard like basically like making some kind of threats and dropping names. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but it's kind of old news, but it got brought up again today by some account on X.
I think we is that what we played earlier? I read that message fast.
Yeah, that like picture from Telegram or some other messaging app of Richard like threatening someone.
Is that the
one
one you're talking about? I think I should.
Yeah,
it's a website. I think it's a website. One second.
Yeah, we went over that.
It's like Reddit or something.
Yeah, someone put the thread on Reddit, but it's basically a screenshot of a Telegram chat with Richard Hart.
It was that evil sack guy who did the post.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Here it is.
So there is a
Richard Hart
website.
spoke to a guy called Jonathan in the screenshot.
Yeah.
There is a website. It's called I Am Not Dead. I am not dead.co.uk, which means someone's created it in the UK. But yeah, there is a website, and it says Richard Hart spam, ICOs, and death threats, and it's basically got everything on this website.
Okay. See, that's what I was saying, guys. Like, this is probably nothing to him. Like, he's probably has dealt with so much stuff, and he gets really dark shit. That's the stuff that he's got to worry about. This call from Almighty is probably nothing for him. He's like, whatever, man. You know what I mean? That's a nice picture. What the fuck? What's going on here?
New thing with the just on the enforced royalties thing. These Z cards are non-transferable. You can't even.
Hear that right now. I had way too much caffeine today, man. I'm having way too fucking. Oh, here it is.
The market understands tech. And you know how much excess capital flowed into this freak show Carnival Barker show? It's crazy. You put $25 trillion into 8 companies that aren't worth combined $5 trillion. You made this NVIDIA. I have someone on my team. She says NVIDIA's worth about $1 trillion. She's a PhD in electrical engineering, worked at one of the big chip companies for 2 decades. Its IP is not that much special. And you know what we found out today? She was right. Because his cousin, Lisa Su at AMD said, we could do everything that NVIDIA does as long as you pay us to do it. And
all right. Let's go look at the charts, man. This is an untouched picture of Taylor Swift. That's not fucking Taylor Swift. The fucking weirdest shit.
Actually Taylor Swift.
Is it? It's the weirdest shit in my fucking feed lately. I watched a little bit of the fucking Olympics, and like my feed is so fucked up right now. It's so fucking weird. We aren't even close to bottoming, somebody says. Maybe. Tony says the worst is yet to come. Where is he targeting? Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah, sure. Sure. Anything's possible down to 3K, technically, right? Build a nuclear bunker, what? That's AI. Nobody fucking did that shit. People always create narratives fit their own purpose and rage bait for views. Oh, Jake Paul. Oh, because his girlfriend's... Did she win in the Olympics? She is beautiful. They seem like a really great couple.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're.
Apparently, he's really good at ice skating as well.
Oh, really? Okay, cool, man. A lot. I don't know why there was, people were giving them shit. Like they seem like a really happy, great couple. I don't know why there was like fucking hate. Like, good for him, man. Right on.
What's even? I mean, I think they're a great couple,
Yeah.
but I found the whole all the stuff about his brother and his wife.
Yeah.
All that online was hilarious, bro. That was such a good troll from who was it that was trolling him?
Oh,
was it Daniel Dennis, whatever his name is, the fighter? I forget now.
I don't know this thing you're talking about, but I know like the girl he's with. That like I'm not crazy about that couple. His brother.
Yeah, Logan and his wife. Apparently, like she's like a big hoe.
Yeah,
and she's been with so many men.
She kind of is. She was a big socialite. Yeah.
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 Well, that was funny.
But these two are match made in heaven. I mean, both athletes,
100%,
both
bro.
like, just total on fire when they're together. Great chemistry. Just it's awesome, man. Good for him, man. What's up, Tiger Crypto God? We got to get him on the show with you guys sometime. Are you guys friends yet? Did you guys make up, or what's going on there?
I mean, I don't think we made up.
No.
But I think maybe. I mean, the last few days he's been jumping on us because we let everyone up on the space, right, on the stage. Like, we really are not like trying to gatekeep anyone, or just because you talking shit about us, we still let you up on the stage gladly. But it's been a bit weirdly cordial today, yesterday. Just talking about I think Vegas and gambling and other stuff. I have no clue. What his.
I will say this. I think he's realizing that he's been psyoped by people. Like the thing with Tiger is he's been given like a lot of false information, and I think a lot of it purposely, some of it maliciously, because it's just the same people that don't like us. But it's funny because he'll come up and rant on about something that is like completely untrue, and we find it funny. That's why we let him up. It's hilarious because he's so mad over things that he can't prove because none of it's true. And I think he's starting to realize that he's being led on by a lot of people about us. He's made claims that we've drained the wallets and launched the rug tokens. And
well,
my whole
Fast
thing,
Abdul will know about that because Trump on Pulse has made claims about Fast Abdul in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he's
it's the same
delusional
sociopath guy who shares information that's false with Tiger.
Well, that was Tiger's number one quant at the time, right? So he was, up Tiger's ass and giving him all this information, how we're scammers and how we've drained people's wallets, apparently with cancer. And it's like, bro, I don't even know how to update my PC, let alone you think I've got the software to be able to drain a wallet. Like, you being serious, bro?
Me and Hexy Bastard actually went to a girl with cancer's house and beat her up and took her money. That was my favorite one.
Oh, wow. Holy shit, bro.
Well, it's going to be the least of our problems. I think we might be going to war. I don't know. This is Douglas McGregor. He's tweeted, decision has been made. This is just today, by the way. The president, the secretary of war, and their senior military advisors become convinced that the air and missile campaign will compel the opponent to submit to Washington's demands. Get ready. Great. Thanks, buddy. Whose demands?
So I have a view on this whole war thing. I believe they have, like, America and Iran have already made a deal, but there has to be some kind of theatrical war.
Fair enough.
Like some theatrical attack, so America can show face and say, we went in and we changed the regime. And I think that's what's going on. I don't think it's going to be this like massive war people are thinking. I think it's going to be a lot of theatrics, just like when Trump sent in the B-2 bomber and bombed that empty facility. I think it's going to be a similar thing where they're going to send in some missiles and hit some targets and whatnot. But I do believe, I think there's a lot going on behind back doors. I think the US, Israel, and Iran have always been in talks. Yes, they're enemies or whatever, but I do think they've come to some kind of deal. I don't know what that deal is, but I don't think quote unquote war, if it does happen, is going to be as bad as and long as people think it's going to be. And then it'll be back to business as usual. There'll probably be some kind of regime change in Iran, and everyone's going to forget about it, and then the markets are going to go back up again. So I think that this is the thing that I think the markets right now are. There's this whole thing looming, and everyone's waiting to see what happens, and that's why we're just at this like standstill.
I agree with you. Look, the deal's been made because the people that run Iran were put there. Okay, they serve the two major intel agencies. Okay, one in our country and one in another country. Okay, and that's who controls Iran. Iran's controlled, and that's why the people are suffering. No different than, they've done in other countries in the past too, to exploit resources and have control of the area. That's why they didn't go and support the uprising. They wanted it crushed because the people in power are being controlled by, guess who? Uncle Sam and, their friend in the Middle East, okay? And that's who runs Iran, okay? So, yeah, I agree. I think it is theater, and good war is theater, and I think that's what we're witnessing, and I think this is where the bottom's going to be made. We'll have some exchange of something. Some people will be shaken out, and I think the bottom for the markets is going to come sooner than people realize. And if we do get something that looks like it's drawn out, it's going to be rehearsed anyway. It's not genuine. The only genuine thing was what you saw a few weeks ago with people were uprising. That would have been, if they had gotten support, that we would have had a genuine, because the people want that regime gone, because that regime is being put there. It's a puppet regime.
Correct. Yeah, I just hope it happens sooner than later. Let's just get it over with. If it's going to happen, just get it over and done with. Pull the Band-Aid off, and then let's just get back to fucking business as usual,
Yeah, I think it's coming. I think the bottom's coming faster than people realize.
Well, here's the thing, right? Majority of crypto Twitter, you're seeing them, next, I think it's October or November bottom. You'll see a bottom in October, November. And I think usually when everyone is expecting one thing, 9 out of 10, we're going to see something completely different. And I also feel like this last few months has gone down. Like, usually we've seen bounces by now, right? Like in the bear market, 100%. We've seen major bounces, back to the trend line, off the trend line. And it's like, we're just literally falling off a cliff at the moment, and
this is not normal at all. I thought we'd get some kind of a bounce this early this week at the very least. You can see my sketch I made. I haven't touched this. We're still in this box. It's important range. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't go much lower. The bottom could be closer than we realize. This idea was thinking we just range through here with everybody expecting a much lower low. That never comes. But I also think we could get something eventually this needs to pump up at least to 75. If we can get up here to 80, that'd be great. Maybe at least 85, close this gap right here, okay? And then we come down, and maybe we do puncture this. Everyone's waiting for much lower low, but maybe that's it. And then we come back into this range, and whatever we chop before we start moving up faster and sooner than people realize. And maybe their only consolidation range might be something small and quick, which is a possibility. Because everyone's
see, that would be healthy. Like if we have a little relief rally now and then back down to test those lows again around 60, 55, maybe even lower, like you said.
Yeah.
That would be really healthy. That would create some kind of like bullish divergence.
Yeah.
On a higher time frame,
Sure.
and then we could go back up.
Yeah, because remember, everyone's expecting this. You said, what is this, Dale? You said everyone's expecting, November, right, for the bottom? So everyone's really expecting, something like this. This is, that's too long now. I'm dragging it out too long. Well, this is August, November. Okay, cool. Yeah, so everyone's expecting, this December and then up. So everyone's expecting a nice accumulation zone with a bottom around that winter time. And sure, we could hit some of these lows. Maybe we could hit a 50K on maybe the first launch on Iran causes a wick down, right? And that's what the powers that be know. They know it's theater. We get the wick down. It's over. It gets bought up quick. Everyone's waiting for some consolidation zone, just no different than we've had in the past. Oh, here, buddy. Just like we have over here in 2022, where you get this kind of nice, comfortable couple months to buy your coins. I just don't think we're going to get something like that, okay? Even if we get a low, I think it's going to be something quick, possibly on this Iran theater situation, like I drew before, in terms of like maybe it's like a quick wick down, and then we come back into this range that I have. I think this is a really important range above 60K, giving you only maybe that week or a few days to buy what will end up being seen from the future as the bottom. But getting some nice, pretty lower lows into November with a base in, I doubt it. But it is technically possible, right? But everyone now knows this war is about to launch. It's not a surprise launch at this point, right? Like, what would be the surprise is their retaliation. So if they had, let's say, terror cells, hopefully that's not the case. But if they have terror cells in the U.S. or in Europe or wherever it is, those things retaliating would cause a lot of fear because that's unpredictable. But at this point, us going in to Iran has got to be to some extent priced in. Maybe that's why the fear and greed is so low.
People don't care as much about wars as they used to, right? Like there's been a war in the Ukraine against, a superpower for years now.
Yeah.
The markets have moved on.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's kind of similar to what I'm doing where it's going to be up here.
Well, we've had wars where the actual price of Bitcoin actually goes up and not down. The Pakistan versus India war is a very good prime example of actual Bitcoin actually ripping while the war was announced and going on. There was no, flash crash. Like when the first time, I think it was last year early, when Israel started and Iran started. Is it Iran started like bombing each other? We did see kind of a flash crash, right? Instantly, like when the first you see the watcher gurus posting the first missiles and what's going on. It's kind of like all of a sudden, and you see a little crash, and then you see things start recovering slowly. But yeah, like I guess we just have to wait and see what happens.
Arft, why are you freaking out, man? The chart, I know you don't like it, but it looks fine, man. Pulse chart. We'll go look at that in a second, okay? I don't see any evidence that he ran away with millions of dollars yet, okay? I gotta see it, okay? You've seen the XRP chart, right? We spent multiple streams comparing that and Pulse Chain. Now don't spam the chat, but just like seriously, like I don't think he's running away with the money. It doesn't make sense at this point, to be honest.
Yeah, is someone in the chat saying that he's running away with the money?
Yeah, kind of.
There's always somebody saying that, but it literally doesn't make sense. There's like better ways for him to have extracted money if he wanted to.
Phone call the guy who ran away with hundreds of millions of their dollars.
This guy's been cry-fagging for like a year now.
Let's see. Arft,
we were talking about this earlier. We were talking about this earlier. Someone was like, "Do you think this is a scam?" And I'm like, "No, it's not a scam. It may be he made some bad decisions with.
I agree with that.
What he was going to do.
Yeah, fair enough.
But to say it's a scam, like no, like is he rugging? Is he selling?
It'd be over already if it was a scam.
Yeah, Arft,
it'd be done.
he might have made some glorious mistakes, no doubt about it, and some really bad calls. Okay, he may not be the absolute financial genius that people thought. Okay, fair enough, but to say he ran off with the money at this point, it doesn't make sense, man. Even as pissed as you are, trust me, I feel broke. I mean, I'm not showing it, but it's very painful, man.
Bro, you know what confuses me as well?
Provides me with huge amounts.
You say, "Oh, I did great. I was early in AA, brother. We bought thousands of X's higher than you, and where it is what it is. Like if you're doing great, bro, you're doing great. But yeah, I don't.
Why are you think it's bro? I know who this is. You know who this is, right, Cal?
Who is this?
This is Danny Bo. He's in like all the OG X chat.
Danny Boy.
Okay.
I follow him on X.
Or
I don't know him.
Danny Boo or Danny Bo or whatever.
You guys like know
Didn't
him?
we
He's
have a
usually more
little back
articulate
and
than
forth
this
with him?
guy.
Didn't we have a little back and forth with him, Panos, and then we sorted it?
Yeah, he come up on a space and started calling us all retards and stuff. And I'm just like, well, if your life's so great, like why do you care? Like, I don't get it. Like people that, like, I don't know the guy, but apparently, like, you know, he's not like down in life. You know, he's not like put all his life savings into this shit. So like, why are you so caught up on it, man? Like, fuck, we're all in the same boat. Like, it is what it is.
Guys, look at the monthly RSI here on Ethereum. What do you guys think? We could go a little bit lower, but do you guys think it's a...
Yeah, we could go a bit lower. That's the monthly, yeah?
Yeah, that's the monthly.
Well, that excites me though, bro, because like, look where we're at on the RSI. Like, yes, we could go a bit lower, but like the room we have, and the MACD there, yeah, the room to the upside after this could be glorious, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I would say maybe the fear is getting close to ending. We could just be, it could be dead for a little while, sure, but I mean, I would think that this is not a bad place to be here.
Do you see it potentially double tapping that low what it done in last year February?
Yeah, this one. Oh, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
Was it February or March, I think?
Yeah. This is I mean, we're getting a decent buy off this line, but it's not that strong. We are kind of bleeding into it slowly. It's not like it was back here, so we could absolutely break through here and come down and retest that 1400. Yeah, it's absolutely in the cards, man. It could absolutely do that, and we would still be fine. You know, we break this 1400-ish, then we got more serious problems. You know what I mean? Then we got to look at some of these much lower price targets. But yeah, we could absolutely come down there and hit that, and we'd be fine. Doesn't mean that on this next move up, ETH is going to 10K. I mean, once again, it could still range in this pennant for a very long time, and I've drawn this out for you guys. I think it goes all the way out to the 2030s, right? There's no rule saying it has to go skyward. Your institutions are making mad bank on these moves. They don't need it to go to 10K. They could keep slamming it down at 5K for another cycle, for all I know, right? I'm just throwing some, you know, but still, this would still be a 3x to there, right? Almost. Yeah, maybe they do slam to 14 and then rip it back up to 5K. I don't know. I don't know what they want to do with it. It seems like they have full control, you know. At least that's what it's been looking like to me. But hopefully, this is going to go on a tear soon. And I also hope that this isn't Richard's only strategy, you know. And he doesn't need it, ETH, to go up for the first big run on Pulse anyway. You can see even on the XRP chart, it did like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move, and the 1000x happened on that last 4 or 5. But we could have something like that too, you know, because you need Pulse to step up slowly to allow people to sell. But anyway, ETH is getting support here. It's not super strong. You know, it could go lower. I'm not here to call bottoms. I've been saying we got to have a rally here for a very long time, and we certainly have not. Everything's just bleeding down and being absolutely, you know, destroyed, and it doesn't have to do anything. You know, I want to be clear about that. TA is TA. I want to tell you a bounce is coming, but we could absolutely go further down. And, you know, fear is absolutely at the top. If you have reports that we're about to strike Iran, it's hard to think we're going to have some major rally, even though we're due for one. Does that make sense? Like, sentiment is shit.
Yeah.
There's aircraft carriers already announcing we're going to launch any second. Even if it's theatrics, it's still absolutely not confidence for a market into risk assets right now, right? Would you dump $1 million into a risk asset right now if we're about to launch with Iran? You know, it's a tough one, right? It is what it is, and for anyone who can tell you they know what's going to happen right now is absolutely nuts. Like, this is not an easy market to understand at all. Dixie looks bullish. At the same time, it could come back down. lower. You know what I mean?
How's the Russell 2000 looking?
Yeah, I mean, dollar's definitely going to rally in something. Russell was, I think it was getting topped out. You know, yeah, it's, I mean, definitely weakening right now. It's not strengthening. It's kind of, to be honest, it's just at an inflection point. It could do anything. You know, sure, it's trickling down, but it could get bullish very quick. But like I said, if we're about to, aircraft carriers are saying they're about to launch, it's an interesting point, right? Yeah, that's why I think markets look like this. It's that kind of decision, make decision. Come on, buddy. This could go up, this could go down, and you know, same thing. BTC is ready for a rally, so is ETH. They could go up anytime, but they could easily sell off as well. And this is pretty clear to me as like an indecision point. RSI is just stalling out right here. Everything's just, to me, looking pretty stalled. And yeah, that would be to be expected on the precipice of like possibly a world war. You know, yeah, you got to be ready for anything. What was I going to say? Why? Who's the? What? You guys are psychotic. He was saying that you get idiots to put on what? Oh, you guys want to see it? Well, I don't have time to go into Richard's tweets, all his tweets tonight. We're going to do a TA video tonight. So, by the way, we're going to do a TA video in just a few minutes. We're going to switch over. So, if you guys want to see, and we're going to go into altcoins, just click the join button down below, and then you can come into the members video because we're going to go deep into altcoins and take requests as well. But really quick, my XRP. I was also calling a flash crash on XRP. That might be a little low. Maybe we get to $1. Yeah, that might look more right to me at this point. You see, we got this like that. Maybe we do get a flash crash, and maybe that's what you know, as we were talking about earlier in the show on BTC is what I was drawing, because I could see that happening here on XRP as well. This just dipping below the 30. We'll see some divergences, and that might be our thing to go in, and then yeah, maybe we start ripping here at some point sooner than later, right? Maybe it's something like that. I don't know, pups. It's gonna be interesting here. I'm totally speculating here. We could absolutely, everything could just crash and go to shit for all I know. But I think with everyone expecting the lows in November, that maybe we do actually get the lows coming in sooner, a lot sooner than people realize. And by the time November comes around, we've already moved up and been marked up a little bit. RH is writing fan.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the bottom is going to be sooner than what people think. If you look at can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yeah, we got you, bro.
Yeah. If you look at how fast we've moved down from like the crash, let's say the October, whenever that crash was, where I think it was October 9th, I can't remember now.
You mean from 126K?
From the 126K down to here, so first of all, Ethereum topped before Bitcoin, which doesn't typically happen. Usually, the Ethereum top is after Bitcoin tops. Ethereum topped in August, if I'm not mistaken, of last year, and then Bitcoin topped later. And then the move down from there has been very quick.
Yeah.
Compared to other bear markets, let's say, like these other cycles, it was more stairs down and like over a longer duration, where this moved down like 50-60% very quickly. So I kind of think that the bottom is probably going to be sooner than what people think. It's not going to be this same 4-year cycle where it's like 3 years up, 1 year down, which would take us into this October.
Yeah, it's happening very fast.
I think it's gonna bottom out sooner.
So there it is, 52%, and we did it in what, 123 days. That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Can you look at Bitcoin on a yearly? Can you open that chart on a yearly? Thoughts on that?
So You don't have that much history, to be honest, but you know, you can certainly see this candle here. It's not so good, but it doesn't mean that it only has to go down from here. We could absolutely, yeah. It's not that much to go off in terms of like looking left and seeing how it's behaved before, if that makes sense.
Well, when you're looking at it before, right? Since I think it's 20, I can't really see that.
I have a hard time making too many assumptions about the yearly because you don't have a lot of history. Like, you know, well, we've certainly had like you top, you bottom with 2 candles. That'd be the top there. 2 candles, we go up. 2 candles, we go up. 2 candles. So there technically would be another candle, but that would be taking us technically into 2027, which is what all the normies are assuming, and then we go up again. But I think we could go up again on the next candle, maybe even doing a double top. Maybe that's what Mr. Severino was kind of.
Well, ain't the next candle 2027?
Yeah, that would be here 2027, not 2028. Yeah, and it would go up. That would be interesting. And that's kind of what Severino was also talking about, right? Where he was saying the next cycle goes up. It's nowhere near as high as people think. Maybe it gets up double top here, or goes slightly higher into 140, 150 before turning around. It's a possibility. It's something crazy. Well, I mean, what are you extrapolating from this yearly chart? What do you get from it? I mean, I see what I see, but I'm having trouble making too many assumptions. I mean, what are you getting out of it?
The only thing I'm getting out of it is we've never had 2 yearly close red on the chart, right?
Yeah.
That's the kind of only thing I'm getting at the moment. And to me, it would make sense that, so you see the difference, right, in the red candles, the first red candle, the second red candle, and then you look at the third red candle and it's like kind of minimized, right, to a certain degree. So what I'm seeing here is that red candle for this year. That's this year's red candle, right? Correct?
This one. It has 10 months to close, so we don't know anything about it yet, right? It could close.
Well, the way I feel like that candle could close green by the end of the year.
It could.
That's what I'm trying
absolutely
to
could.
say here.
Yeah, okay, got you. So you got the red. It absolutely could close green. Absolutely. We've also never had. You can see we had this candle here with the long wick, and it was a bear market here. You got this super long wick. You know, technically, it's suggesting you've got a lot of bearishness. Some people are saying this is the first real technical bear market going to Bitcoin. I don't know. I can't make any of those assumptions yet. And I remember having this conversation. Why is this chart only going back here to 27? Whatever. Do I have a longer one? Let's see if I get a... Here we go. Fuck. Why aren't we using this one? Okay, let's go to this one here. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, and my buddy I was talking to at a hedge fund, like, and he's just like, why? He's like, you don't know anything. He's like, this asset started in 2009. He's like, you have no information. He's like, you don't know anything. And he was being like a little intense about it, but like I get the point he was making. You know, like it is tough to try to extrapolate a lot.
Yeah, if that's what he says about Bitcoin, what does he say about Pulse Chain? Right, like this stuff's so new.
Yeah. That's why people are giving me a hard time about my call. I'm like, guys, this is a brand new asset. I have nothing to go off, and I made a fucking call down to like within just percentages of where we got to, way out. And like people don't understand how actually hard that is to fucking do when you have no information. See, look, I mean, this was very early. You know, you've got this gravestone, and then it just ripped. But this was very early in the asset. It's extraordinarily bullish back in the early days, right? I mean, it's still bullish too. It's still been in a secular bull run for fucking ever here. What the fuck?
I think if you look at the last bull market, we made a double top in that. And if you look, I'm not sure how many months there was in between, but we made that first top, and then we went down for, I can't remember how many months. It might have been 4 months, and then we went back up and made a double top at like 69k or whatever it was, 64k, I can't remember now. But I mean, maybe we see something like that again. Like we go up and we double top this year, and then we go into like a more of a bear market. But like I don't know. I do think that the game has changed. And if you think about altcoins, I mean, technically, altcoins have been in a bear market since Trump launched Trump token on Solana. When was that? 24?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, do the altcoins just continue to get battered for another 6 months, or do they have a run and maybe Bitcoin just goes sideways?
Yeah,
like we really don't know.
We don't know, and that is certainly possible. We talked about that a little bit, how they could change the order of how things work, because everyone's expecting Bitcoin, then ETH, and then alts. I'm like, guys, none of that has to happen. They could just all of a sudden, out of the blue, have an altcoin season, and certain alts can go. Okay, or you could have an Ethereum season, or we just don't have an Ethereum season until next cycle, really, and Ethereum goes first. Like, who knows, because they got to get people off sides, and that's the truth. This is a 6-month chart. You're getting some more, I think, some better information here. You had a very strong green candle run here. I mean, it would make sense if you had 2 red, I suppose, but that doesn't have to do anything. It doesn't have to. There's nothing here that could suggest it has to. But I do think we could absolutely be green, and we could go parabolic. Like, this could be in a more macro sense. If you look at, like, I mean, stuff to. Let's look at this on the log chart really quick. We've seen this on the log. I mean, maybe we are just in the parabolic phase, right? Like, you could be like, like, what if, what's the one? Some of these suck. Wall Street cheat sheet. Yeah, like, I mean, what if we're just here, This one, yeah, you guys need to see the more simple. Yeah, like, what if we're just in one of these right now, and when you step out, now that we're looking at 6-month, 12-month candles, right, and Bitcoin. I mean, Richard says at the top of his S curve, and he's not the only person that has suggestions like that. Like, what if, in that case, then Tony Severino's idea that the next cycle high is maybe the same or lower than even where we are now could be true, right? Because when you put it on log, you kind of see that, could be fading out, right? And the next high maybe is almost the same. Or we're about to go, parabolic again off this, right? I think that maybe all it is a matter of the fact that alts have been crushed, and maybe we're going to have an epic alt season coming, and the alt season is going to be the major part of this part of the cycle. Because if you think about it psychologically, they've kind of onboarded everybody to Bitcoin at this point, right? They, everyone's switching to Bitcoin. Everyone has Bitcoin now. It would be interesting if they did Bitcoin pump, but very marginally. Like, maybe it only goes to 150 or some small number, whereas altcoins do all the gains in this next cycle, right? And
that would be what they wouldn't expect, because the common sense now is like, okay, whatever the Bitcoin low is, I should go all in on that, because then Bitcoin's going to pump first. Then maybe I rotate to altcoins or Ethereum. But if it went in reverse, if Ethereum pumps first and or altcoins pump first and Bitcoin doesn't, that would be catch a lot of people offside.
Yeah.
This is a scary candle right here on the 6-month on ETH. No, definitely scary. I mean, I suppose we could come down to 1,400 and fuck, man. It's a weird looking chart, man. This is definitely interesting.
Yeah, we spoke about this when it comes to Ethereum. Like, if you look at, because Ethereum has done very well versus Bitcoin in previous cycles,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
It's actually
Up-
outperformed Bitcoin in gains in previous cycles.
Up till now.
But you have to look at, okay,
But only 2 cycles.
what was
right?
going on? The 2 cycles,
That's
yes.
all
So
you
we had
got.
2017
That's all you got is 2 cycles.
and
yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
But if you think about, okay, what was happening in those 2 cycles when it comes to Ethereum? So let's look at the first cycle, 2017, where Ethereum outperformed Bitcoin. It was ICOs, the ERC20 standard. Everyone was launching tokens on Ethereum. Everyone was raising money in Ethereum. There was a big demand for Ethereum in 2017. Then that kind of faded away in the bear market. And then last cycle, it was NFTs, mainly on Ethereum. So there was this, everyone was locking up their Ethereum into these NFTs or buying these NFTs. And that was like the narrative for last cycle. Whereas this cycle, there hasn't really been any narrative for Ethereum that or the demand for the token itself. Now, I think the Ethereum as a blockchain has become even more busier and there's more going on it, but that doesn't really reflect in the price. And the reason it's not reflecting in the price, or the price hasn't moved as much as last cycles, I think is because there isn't really a narrative for Ethereum right now, like NFTs, like ICOs. It was more so this cycle was meme coins, and even though there was some meme coins on Ethereum, most of it was on Solana. It was the pump fund shitcoin casino on Solana. So I do think that, and I've said this, I think maybe the fair price for Ethereum was what it was this cycle, 3 to 4K, that maybe that was the top, or 5K, wherever it was. Maybe that is the fair price for Ethereum. Now, I think what's coming for Ethereum is, again, there's going to be another narrative on Ethereum, which was probably going to be RWAs and stablecoins. And once there is another narrative for Ethereum, I think we'll see the price do really well again. That's just my thoughts anyway, my opinion.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it'll do well. But there's no way to know the time horizon, right? How long they're going to do this? They may want to keep ETH just ranging until 2028, get people super bored of it, right? But that in the meantime, we'd get an epic alt season. Do you think Richard Hart has a contingency plan? I mean, are you worried about ETH not going? And I think he's going to run the chain regardless of whether ETH is performing or not, right?
Pretty sure he cashed out some of that ETH at the top of the cycle too.
Okay, good.
Like a bunch of it went into Tornado Cash. What happened after that?
Yeah, I will say that I would assume that he took some profits on that ETH. From what he had in the SAC funds to what went in, what's come out of Tornado Cash, it's not the full amount. So like I would hope he took some profits at a higher price, or at least took some off the table at a higher price. But I will say this: I do think that Richard did believe that Ethereum was probably going to outperform Bitcoin again this cycle, which is why he chose to go into Ethereum. And I do think that, not that the chain can't be successful, because at the end of the day, it's a blockchain. Anything could happen. If people decided to come in and adopt it, or like some big players come in, it could completely, change the charts. But as far as like what people are expecting, which I don't expect anything like this, but a lot of people are like, well, he's got all that Ethereum, he's going to do something with the Ethereum. I do think he's probably going to wait until it's back to until he's in profit, right? Before if he's going to make any moves with those funds specifically, he's probably going to wait until it's in profit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It takes so little right now, right? And there's a bunch of stables, like mysterious stables and big wallets on Pulse Chain that aren't moving, that I feel like could be connected. And just like the amount of money that has to go in to pump us based on the liquidity we have now is really low. So I agree with you that he's not selling Ethereum at like $1,800, because that probably doesn't make any sort of long-term sense. But the actual actual amount of money that it would take to make us do a 10x, let's say, is pretty low.
Yeah, no, for sure. We saw someone sell 150K the other night. He ate, I think, about 25 grand in slippage, and it moved the chart down 25%. So that just shows you how illiquid we are and how little it takes to pump it.
Here's some numbers like that I just whipped up, but like if $25 million went into each of the core assets with 99% sell pressure, right? So like literally like crazy sell pressure. I don't even think it would be that bad. We would end up with like a 4x on Hex, 3x on Pulse X, 2x on Pulse, and a 3.5x on Ink. So like, and like we know that Richard has way more than $100 million. Like he could do that tomorrow. He could do that tonight. And a lot of people would be pretty happy with that number. And that's like, I've built 99% sell pressure into that model. It could, 25 million with only 80% sell pressure would like have a massively different effect on
that. Well, how much will that move the chart?
Like 25 million into each of the core assets?
Yeah.
Well, like it basically, like you get a 4x on Hex, 2x on Pulse, 3x on Pulse X, 3.5x on Ink.
Oof.
With 99% sell pressure based on $25 million per asset.
Jesus.
So, but I don't think it would be 90% sell pressure. I think people would see that as bullish, and probably something more like 80% sell pressure, which is still intense, but there's a huge difference. 80% sell pressure gives me, and these numbers aren't perfect. I'm using this Pampy app thing. It's like, it is far from perfect. It doesn't consider everything, but it's an indication, especially when you pump up the sell pressure high. And if I put in 80%, then I get a 384x on Hex, 244x on Pulse X, 97x on Pulse, and 341x on Ink with 80% sell pressure based on $25 million in asset. So, and I personally, and this is just my speculation, I think Richard has at least $100 million in stables at hand right now. So like, could he do that? Could we get hundreds of X's tomorrow? Like, yeah, probably. It's not that crazy.
So on the daily, you got some bullish divergence down here. Okay. RSI is moving up while this is falling. That's good. MACD is also moving up. Volume is coming to zero, which is actually wonderful. These are all great signs. I know people are panicked to fucking hell, but to me, this is a healthy looking chart. Okay. And this, I mean, bearish as fuck. Looks like shit, but it's still healthy. Okay. If I go to the weekly, it's coming down strong, man. Really strong. I mentioned this before. You're in free fall on all Richard Hart assets. I said this, I think, a week or two ago. Pretty clear. It was like 2 weeks ago, and I said once Hex broke something, I said everything's in free fall. That's it. Okay. So you're in price discovery to the downside. All right. So you're 5088.
Hex versus PLS. If you can.
Go to what? Hex.
Look at Hex versus PLS.
EHEX or PHEX?
PHEX.
Okay. So it's in, I mean, this channel's been strong for a while. You got 3 years on it. So, it would look like Hex is absolutely in free fall. It's fallen out against Pulse. It's being rejected so far. It doesn't mean it can't just come right back in, right? Could absolutely. We saw that on Pulse X too, right? Could come right back in. But as of now, it's really weak. I guess now would be the time to pick up PX, right? And we've talked about that before. Like PX is one of the most undervalued. It is the most undervalued right now, right?
Versus all the cores.
I think there's great deals on PHEX right now.
Yeah, it's super.
Yeah, when you chart, I feel like PHEX is like very undervalued. Like versus Pulse X, even for example, you look at the MACD, looking at the RSI versus Pulse X.
Like check it out,
and
check out the MACD, and Now, ideally, I'd want to see this lower, but at the same time, I think you got a double bottom here on the R side, which looks really nice. And like I was saying before, maybe that theory ends up being right, that that is the thing, and we're going to get back into this channel and make a move up, which, looking at the RSI and the MACD here, make me think that something like this is more likely than a continuation to the downside. So I'm more biased that this is going to move and strengthen against.
Well, if it does go to the downside, it's going to get ugly. Like,
what's ugly?
It's going to get real ugly.
It's already ugly. I mean, what's your... It's going to be... oof. Fuck. And you know, Pulse could be bottoming it out. I think in the TA video, I may spend some time sketching with that. Though tonight I have a feeling you guys are going to be asking me about all kind of altcoins. PulseX is going down hard, even against Pulse. Look at that. I don't remember, when did I draw this? Did I draw that when that was up? When did I draw this? It could be spot on.
Remember that one.
But it may not be spot on, because maybe this is, maybe the damage is already done and it's not going to continue to get weaker, right? The weakness, like PulseX, may be done now. Like, it may be actually the good time to get into it.
I think Pulse looks pretty hot too as far as a buy. Like Pulse versus PulseX, like the ratio is actually not that bad.
I'm wondering if we got
for buying.
What's your guys' thoughts on one of Richard's recent tweets about fracturing the liquidity and adding stables instead of everything being tied to PLS? Like, what do you think about that? Because like that's something that, if we were at a bottom, you probably wouldn't want to do. You'd want everything paired with PLS to take advantage of the ride up. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting it wrong, but what's your thoughts on that?
What's the question?
You're talking about the post where he said to add, like
the
maybe
LP
think
post?
about adding liquidity to Hex and Pulse against stablecoins.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, I remember that one.
If you didn't want it to go lower, that's what you'd do.
Right, to cushion it, yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't that like the opposite of what you want to do on the way up?
You want thin liquidity on the way up, though it doesn't matter what it's thin against necessarily. Especially if those things aren't going down. So like if you have Pulse paired against stable coins, like the stable coins aren't gonna pull up the price of Pulse, and Pulse is not gonna pull up the price of the stable coins. It might even suppress the price of Pulse if Pulse was pumping, because it wouldn't go up against them. But like, I think creating a bottom is more likely what it's about. All right, like be like,
right.
I don't want the price
sense.
of these things to go lower. So if they get paired against stables, they're going to be they're unlikely to go down. And he could pull those levers on PulseX, right? Like he could make it so that people are incentivized to pair against stables, and then he could pull different levels to get people to pair against different things when he thinks the sentiment's going to change. So this could be like a 3-month swing, right? So for 3 months, incentivize people to pair against stables, price stabilizes of the RH assets, and then pull the APR, like make it so that people aren't making money there, so they're not going to participate, and then switch to get them to pair against things he thinks are going to go up, or just against nothing. Just make liquidity thin again by removing any incentive to provide liquidity. If he knows they're going to go up, then they can go up lots. But even if they do go up lots, you need something for people to sell into, right? Like if Pulse Chain had $100 worth of liquidity, you could pump it to, a billion X really easy. But the first guy who like sells $50 wrecks the chart. And so then you just have a crazy chart, right? So, but if you had $1 million of stable coins paired against Pulse assets, then the people who want to get out can get out without wrecking the chart.
Yeah.
And there's almost no support in pairing Pulse against like Hex or Pulse against PulseX. Like they're all in some ways from a liquidity perspective, it's almost like they're the same thing, right? Like if you sell sell into PulseX from Pulse. Like they're paired against each other. You're pulling down the price of Pulse. You're pushing up the price of PulseX. It's almost like a neutral. But like if it's like a outside asset, so something that was bridged into Pulse Chain or a native stable on Pulse Chain that you're selling into, like it's much more neutral as far as the price goes. So I think yeah, you do need that stable liquidity, even if you want thin liquidity to pump prices. You need something for people to get out into, so that you're not always pump like, less of a pump and dump chart, right? Less of people selling the tip and buying the dip. You want it to be like, just a ladder up.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anybody going to do it? That's the question.
If he builds something, then they will come. But it has to be incentivized. Nobody's going to be like, okay, I'll pair $1 million against Pulse against Die, right? Like nobody's going to do it just to be a good person. It is a good way to cash out, right? If you're like, I think this is the Pulse chain bottom and I want to slowly cash out, you pair your Pulse against Die, you end up with more Die and less Pulse, right? Like it's, it's like you're DCAing out. And then you pull the liquidity when you're happy with the position. But like the only way it's going to get major movement is if there's an incentive somewhere to provide liquidity, right? So obviously the PulseX farms are a lever that he would be likely to pull.
So here on the PulseX really weak down that low. Yeah, so remember guys, I think I had circled this in my members video, but that's what I'm looking for here on PulseX, and it's coming into that range on the RSI, okay? Now, remember, go to Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. So Instagram, Mr. St. Wolf is where I'm gonna put Surprise Alpha on there. So go follow me on Mr. St. Wolf Instagram, and click down below, join. We're gonna go to a members video here in a little bit, and we're gonna do TA, and I'm going to take requests for an hour. So definitely go down there and click join. In the meantime, links are at the top, all the telegrams and everything like that. And then, yeah. I wanted to cover more stuff, but we're kind of out of time here because we still got to go to the TA video and go into the altcoins. I know a lot of people are already asking about Peacock and WBTC, and somebody was asking about gold and whatever else you guys are asking about. No last stage. Aardvark? Oh no, he's been spamming like crazy.
Okay, Deerslayer's here.
Deerslayer's back.
Took care of the problem.
Well, Kara, Panos, it's good you guys are out of the kitchen, out of the pot. I think you guys did fine. I mean, it was a live show. Happened spontaneous, man. And yeah, thanks for coming on. You guys want to wrap us up with anything? Because we're going to switch to the TA video here in a sec.
No, I appreciate you having us on. It's good to get both sides. I'm seeing a lot of stuff on the internet, and it's good to get both sides. There's always both sides. There's always two sides of a story, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's been great being here. I guess we're going back to our space.
Yeah, back to the space, okay.
We're still hosting a space at the same time. But yeah, man.
You boys.
Yeah, good seeing you. You guys are welcome anytime, man. Panos, great seeing you too, man. He's probably over there in the space, I'm guessing. See? And Fast, you want to wrap with anything?
I don't have much to announce today, but yeah, you guys can keep tuned to what's going on, but stay calm. This kind of stuff happens with, like drama, especially when things are quiet. People are getting bored. When they're bored, stuff happens. I think it's all going to blow over very quickly.
Yeah. Yes, it will. So everybody come on over, chat. Thanks so much. It was an awesome show. And come over to the members video. I'm going to do 10 minutes, so I'm going to just grab a snack, and then I'm going to plop back down here and just kick it on and start doing TA. And then you guys just join whenever you can. If you're a member, You can join. You guys that bought memberships on the stream today and joined, you guys can just, you don't need to go through the Telegram. You can just click on a member's video because it'll let you in, so no big deal. And we'll see you guys over there. Everybody else, we'll see you Thursday. Okay, I'm going to stream again Thursday again. I think it's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we'll see you Thursday.
Days.
Yeah. All right. Night, everybody. We'll see you in the member stream in a few. Peace.
Night.